Welcome back to Close Up. Senator Jeff Merkley, a Democrat from Oregon, is our final guest. Senator, thanks for joining us here today.
Pleasure to be with you.
We appreciate your time. So you were out in front on this child separation issue, immigration related, among the first, if not the first, to demand entry to one of these detention centers. Do you believe it's time to abolish Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE?
Well, I think the key thing right now is to focus on the immediate challenge of getting some 3,000 children reunited with their parents. And the administration has said it wants to go from family separation to family incarceration. That is to set up internment camps here in the United States of America like we did in World War II. That cannot happen. That will not happen. We'll fight it. I know a group of us will fight it with everything we have.
What is the way to handle this, though? Because you can't just have people showing up at the border and getting into the country, right? I mean, that's...
Well, the way to handle it is through the Family Case Management Program. Now, this program assigned a person who spoke the right language, who had all the contacts of someone, and so that they knew where the family was. And it was audited by the IG, Inspector General of Homeland Security, and it found that families showed up for some 97–98% of their check-ins and 100% of their hearings. And when I read this IG report, I'm like, when do you see anything that works so well that 100% of the people show up? So when people come fleeing persecution and seeking asylum, there's no reason not to treat them with complete respect. After all, we're a nation of immigrants. We've come from every corner of the globe. Many of our family histories involve people fleeing civil war, fleeing famine, fleeing religious persecution. So treat people with respect, assign a case manager. It's an inexpensive program. It works well.
You have the oversight capacity there in the Senate. If these families are not able to be reunited, what should be the consequences for any of these federal officials?
Well, here's the challenge in the Senate. The hearings are decided upon by the majority party, the Republican Party. My Republican colleagues have been coming to me and saying, we can't believe this is going on. This is un-American to inflict trauma on children in order to send a political message of deterrence, inflict trauma on children for any reason. And I say to them, will you join us in a hearing? Will you help do a hearing? Will you help do a press conference? Will you help co-sponsor a bill? And their answer is, you know, I'm just not comfortable. Maybe I'll whisper, I'll call up the administration, I'll whisper in their ear. This is not a Democratic-Republican issue. This is standing up for fundamental values. You don't deliberately harm children. And so I'm glad that the administration is involved in the reunification, though they're moving glacial speed. But absolutely, family incarceration can't help either. We need to have our Republican friends and colleagues come join us in this effort to stand up for the respectful, decent treatment of people fleeing persecution.
A lot of talk about the President's Supreme Court nominee. Do you see yourself voting eventually for Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation?
Oh, no way. No way, absolutely no way. Listen, the President has said he's only going to nominate an individual who will vote against health care, the ACA and the ACA Bill of Rights, that he'll only nominate somebody who will tear down Roe versus Wade. And that's certainly believable. And we now have a tape of Kavanaugh weighing in, saying how great it was for Rehnquist to dissent on Roe versus Wade. And then, in addition, the President has chosen the nominee who has an expansive view of presidential power that may be appropriate for a king in a kingdom, but not for a democratic republic and a president. He believes a president should not be investigated, should not be indicted, that if there's a special prosecutor, the president should be able to choose that prosecutor and should be able to fire that prosecutor at will, without cause. This is an extraordinary view, completely out of sync with the checks and balances of our Constitution, very dangerous and a potential slide towards the power of tyranny, exactly the sort of thing George Washington warned us against.
Much attention has been paid to this Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in New York, a Democratic socialist who won that primary, unseating a long-term congressman. Do you believe, as others have said, that she and her platform, the Democratic Socialists, that's the future of the Democratic Party?
Well, I think the future is fighting for middle-class families. Healthcare, housing, education, living wage jobs. Those are the foundations for families to thrive, and they're being completely ignored by the Republican Party. You can see it in the President's budget, that it's not of interest to him, it's not of emphasis to him, and it should be, because we should all be in this country, and a country that's doing fairly well economically, for the opportunity for every family to thrive. But that means investments in those 4 key areas.
Really quickly, you're from Oregon. We know you might be looking at running for president someday. What would it mean to have an Oregonian in the White House?
Well, you know, those Western common sense values, I think about how my mother raised me, blue-collar community. She said, do what's right, do your best, and never, ever step on anyone else to get ahead. And my father weighed in and said, no, none of us have ever gone to college, but we believe in education, and that's the opportunity for everyone to be able to go forward in life despite which side of the railroad tracks you come from. Those sort of values, I think, we much need in this nation.
All right, Senator Jeff Merkley, thanks for your time. We'll see you back here.
Thank you.
All right, that wraps up this edition of Close Up New Hampshire. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week. Have a great Sunday.